back to another edition of the Land for Time of the Furious. I'm Ryan Kennard, and this is Hidden in the Universal Vault. So we're heading right back into the Land for Time films. Now, before I talk about the next film, you probably mentioned last week when I talked about Fast and Furious 6 that I was planning on watching The Big Freeze, hoping that if this series is good and has to be good, I will continue the series. But I'm going to ditch Big Freeze, so I will come back to Big Freeze later. But for now, let's jump to the Great Longneck Migration. That's the one I watched for tonight's review. This direct-to-video film, it's still a kids movie, but it's coming close to being a really good kids movie. This film was released in 2003, roughly November 2003. This film is interesting because the idea of, I thought was a really good premise. I thought, honestly, and I'm going to say, I sort of, kind of had fun with this movie. Let's talk about this movie, and I'll talk about the 3 stars in this, the 3 celebs that, and this had 3 really good celebs, but we'll get to that soon. This film focused on Littlefoot as he has these sleep stories. It's really trippy at the end. It almost reminds me of An American Tail 4's beginning with a weird, trippy dream scene. So in that dream scene, Littlefoot wakes up. He's in this, like, sleep dream, whatever it is. I forget what it was called. So he sees all these long necks, like, floating. And he sees, like, dust and wind coming, like it's going to be the end of the world. We're going to all extinct. So he wakes up, he tells his grandfather he can't sleep. So he's having these sleep stares, whatever it is, some like weird hypnosis dream thing. So he says, well, we gotta keep moving, we gotta leave the Great Valley and go to this certain area. So Littlefoot leaves his friends behind, Ducky, Petrie, Sarah, and Spike, and all 4 of them are left behind. So he has to go along with his grandparents. This film had 3 cast members in the series. We got Kiefer Sutherland, James Garner, and Bernadette Peters in this series. So Littlefoot meets up with Sue, voiced by Bernadette Peters. So we're introduced to her, and she does the same thing that, yes, I still have these sleep stares. It's very, very weird. So Littlefoot leaves his friends behind, so their friends have to go along this journey. But it gets even weirder. So the 4 of them meet up with this elderly Longneck, James Garner's character. So they meet up with him in it, though. So he helps them out on the way. Then Littlefoot heads to this area and realizes he meets a guy named Braun, whose son, something like that, gets in a heated argument with his son, thinking that he did it, so he's like, oh, he's just trying to aggravate you, provoke you. But realizing Braun is actually Littlefoot's dad. Yes, Littlefoot has a father in this. For 10 films, he has a father. And they do kind of explain the back catalog. If you've seen the first film with Littlefoot's mother, who, if you watch the first movie, dies, he explains why he left his mom. Basically, then the 2 of them bond with each other. He meets up with his step brother. They have a bond. The 4 of them meet up, and it's really weird. The songs weren't as annoying as when I covered Journey for the Mist. Those songs were god-awful. Here, I can sort of tolerate these songs. Bestest Friends, which actually is a pretty heartwarming song. Just like the 3rd movie had a pretty heartwarming song, this one had a pretty charming song. I'm not saying all Land for Time movies are grade A masterpiece. Just like I said about Land for Time 3, I don't think this is a hidden masterpiece. I still think that the plots make no sense. This one gets even weirder. I feel the writers get weird. Oh, Braun's is voiced by Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland plays Littlefoot's dad, or voices his dad. I don't know. He's pretty good in it. I think the weakest performance, I do believe, in this is probably James Garner, which James Garner's a great actor. I just feel like he shouldn't be in a Land for Time movie. His character is one of those, not one-off, but he's just that. that. The best of all those is probably Kiefer Sutherland. I want to talk about, now that I did, let's talk about the animation. I feel the best part and the big positive, the big thumbs up for me is the animation. I feel like they use CG in computers. It's almost like watching a DreamWorks animated hand-drawn film, kind of like Spirit Sign of Cimarron or Sinbad Legend of Seven Seas. Kind of more in line with Sinbad Legend of Seven Seas, where the CG magicians do their work. It's really cool. The scene where Sue picks him up and says, "Careful now," he's just running and pans, and you can see him run in this like first-person view, and it's breathtaking. Some scenes where they're spinning the camera around, looking around, amazing. I really think the biggest positive is probably the animation. I think it's top rate, really good stuff. So I got that out of the way. Is there any negatives? I think I said the only negative I would say is James Garner's character. He's kind of pointless in the movie. He's not even needed in the film. I don't know. Just honestly, that didn't work for me. Some of the fighting with the shark tooths were kind of boring, that fight. But the animation with the reds and the greens and all that, really good. The sun, when the sun morphs right there into like a black sun, is amazing. They had to keep their eyes closed. Meteors come, that sort of. But for an older film, it still looks good. This came out in 2003, so I could see why computers get much better. I don't know about Big Freeze. That one came out in 2001, or Journey to Big Water. I don't know if it improved over that, but I'm only watching this to get the idea. I really think this is good. I really, really liked Great Longneck Migration. Again, with the songs, aside from one song, I thought the song at the beginning of the film, "I'm gonna go adventure," that song, I'm not gonna sing the whole song. Not gonna entertain you with singing the songs, but I felt that was kind of a dumb song. I was like, oh god, we got another bad song. Come on. But as I was watching the film, it improved a lot better. I think the best part, like I said, if they removed James Garner's character, then I think it would be I probably wouldn't have cared. But this is great. This is almost close. Am I going to put this on my best list? I don't know. You would have to kind of bribe me into making that decision, but we won't get that until the end of the year. We won't get until the end of the year. So, I think I'm done talking about the positive, negatives, everything about it. Final verdict, is Great Longneck Migration worth watching? And the answer is, just like with the third one, it's worth a rental. If you have a rental store, or if this is available in Redbox, I highly recommend renting this. But if you can find it on the water, not on the water, I'm thinking land for time, thinking of water. If you can find it on the wild, then pick it up. If you're going for a complete Land for Time series, if you're completing that, yes. But if you're a casual Land for Time person, you might want to take a pass. I liked it. I'll probably watch the second time, realize, oh, this isn't as bad as I thought. But like I said, it's a good, competent kids movie. So I would say, sure, check this out. So, I guess I'll go ahead. I'm not going to cover the two other ones, so I'll go ahead and show you off. I'm watching this yet again off of another 3-movie fun pack. But yeah, not much there. I'll go ahead and flip over the back. I thought the shark tooths were kind of pointless. I feel like using shark tooths as villains is kind of getting boring. I feel like there's like no other creative villains except for the shark tooth. Sure, they're all freaked out of the shark tooths, but it kind of gets old very, very fast. Yeah, this is a 2009 disc. Now I had this before separate with Discard, but I don't have it anymore, so I will usually say this is all I have. And yeah, it's a blue disc. But ultimately, I can probably recommend this. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to put this on my best list, but I will say as direct-to-video Land for Time movies, I can probably sort of recommend this, but your mileage may vary. You might like it, you might hate it. Other people may find it, but definitely I would say go check this out. So I'm gonna end this review. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. we're getting to the nitty gritty, and we're getting near the end of this month. For those that have been watching my reviews on taking a ride or taking a journey, whatever you want to say, taking a ride with the Fast Crew and taking a journey with Littlefoot and his friends on an incredible journey, I just want to say we're not at the end of the month, but we're getting very close. And I gotta say, it's a fun ride so far. At the end of the month, I'll make my decision to see which series is better. And yeah, so like I said, I don't think I'm gonna cover these two because I got 2 more Land for Time movies next week to cover. But do come back. We're gonna go back to the Fast Crew with Furious 7. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.